Not my name, quarterback. That's the only thing I know from this movie.
Hey, Chase, go long.
Damn.
Nice catch, cheer.
Not my name, quarterback.
We are so back today with a movie commentary, and I am so excited because today I will be putting myself through a probably bad Wattpad Tubi movie, so you don't have to. Now today I'm going to be watching Sidelined, The QB and Me, and this is famously based off of a Wattpad story from a few years ago that got adapted into a book and then now a movie. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Wattpad, it's a place online where people can write their original stories and post them to the world. It's also very famous for a lot of fan fiction. It's along the lines of fan fiction in AO3, but it is also known to be very cringy. Now, I know a lot of authors that are popular today actually got their starts on Wattpad and AO3 and things of that nature, but these spaces are also known to have very bad, very cringy writing. Like when I was a teen, it was known that there were a bunch of 15-year-olds on Wattpad writing "My Mom Sold Me to One Direction" fan fiction. So a lot of what comes out of the Wattpad space in terms of what is getting adapted is very cringy. Now, a few years ago, Wattpad started a production company under the parent company Webtoon Entertainment to adapt some of these works into real movies, which gave us the horror and atrocities of the after films, which are famously based off of Harry Styles fan fiction, Harry Styles and One Direction fan fiction, if you didn't know. And it is very known that those movies are not good. So do I have high hopes for this movie today? Not really, but I'm hoping it's going to be a fun watch. As of right now on Wattpad, this original story, which was originally titled "The QB Bad Boy and Me," has over 32 million reads, so it's popular to somebody, okay? And also, as a very fun plus for me, probably, this movie stars TikTok star Noah Beck. Now, if you don't know who Noah Beck is, I really don't either. That's not really the side of TikTok I'm on, or I was on at the time when he was super popular. I mean, I'm sure he's still popular, but in around 2020, there was all these content houses being made on TikTok. There was the famous Hype House, and then there was the Sway House, which was like the all boy version of the Hype House, and Noah Beck was part of that content house. If that matters to you, it was just a bunch of teen boys that made TikTok videos together, and they were all really popular. That's a way I would describe it from somebody who never really interacted with that content before. But anyways, all this to say, this movie is the very first movie that Noah Beck has acted in. So today we will also be finding out whether or not he can act, or is he just a TikTok boy with a big following that probably got the part because of his big following. All this to say, let's just get it started. I forgot to mention that they actually made a second one of these that is supposedly coming out on Thanksgiving. And I'm thinking that by the time I'm able to edit this video and get it out, it should be around that time. So I thought it was perfect timing to cover this movie. And if this is hilariously bad, maybe I'll watch the second one. I just can't believe they made two of these, but that was another reason of why I picked this movie today, if you will. Wattpad. There we have it. Wattpad Studios. I think we're going to be in for a treat.
What's his deal? So obnoxious.
There it is.
Okay, let's go. So glad
A guy
Sue's
minding his own
here.
business. Ugh, so obnoxious. Okay.
And an email from Emily.
Pray for me. You're not
Executive
alone.
producer
Still
Noah
need the
Beck. Oh, he got producer credits on this. That is very interesting.
Starting the year off with a low bar, Mr. Leahy.
No, I'm just managing expectations. There's only one way to go from here.
All right, let's
That
go
wasn't
to our
even that
seats, shall
funny,
we?
and the whole class is laughing.
Let's discuss the
I know
summer
a teacher
reading.
hates to see him coming.
Fellas, thank-
Instead, they threw it all away for some meaningless hookup at a party.
I don't know. Maybe they just want to have a little fun. Is that so bad?
They died.
I don't even think you have to have read Romeo and Juliet to know that whatever she said, besides the fact that they died, is not what happened in Romeo and Juliet, but okay. Are they going to try to make a bunch of parallels to Romeo and Juliet in this? Because I doubt it's going to have a tragic ending, so why even bring that up?
As you know, Drayton's committed to Waco. But there's a very real possibility he could be starting quarterback there.
Is his name Drayton? Sorry to anybody with that name, but it really is such a name that I would expect from this kind of story, if that makes any sense.
Jeez, it's practice, not the Super Bowl.
Honey. All right, line it up, ladies. Time to review Go Fight
She's
Win.
so preoccupied with this boy.
Yo, Chase, go long. Damn. Nice catch, Cheer.
Not my name, quarterback.
She said the line.
New coach's sister. Totally off limits.
That explains the canon.
She's off limits because she is the sister of the new coach. Like, why is that always a thing? This is what really annoys me about these types of stories, because they set up these same familiar tropes and they just never make any sense to me. She could choose whoever she wants to date. It shouldn't be like,
nobody gets to date my sister.
but you know, they're going to do that whole thing because it's one of those stories and they have to set up this forbidden love. I'm assuming they're trying to do this whole Romeo and Juliet parallel, but I have a feeling it's going to be really badly done since I know nobody's dying at the end of this movie. And if they do, I will be pleasantly surprised and pleasantly impressed. But as of right now, I'm a little annoyed. I just hate that plot line of like somebody's daughter or somebody's sister, so you can't date them because the man gets to control their entire lives and she's a piece of property to the brother, and until he decides who she gets to be the piece of property to next. Does that make any sense? I know that's not how they mean it, probably, but that's always how it comes off to me, as because they never do it with the gender swap. They never say, oh, he's the teacher's son, so you can't date him. They never do something like that. It's always the girl related to somebody, so you can't date her. And I hate it.
There are no options. My dad's already booked my flight in May for summer conditioning, so.
But is that what you want?
It's not my dream, Dad. It's yours. They're totally gonna do that, aren't they? Maybe he wants to join the theater kids and he wants to be like a Troy Bolton type. That would be very interesting. A much more interesting movie, High School Musical.
I was just apologizing to Dallas for almost taking her head off at practice.
Almost taking her head off. He threw the ball and she caught it.
Dude, come on.
Which is why I've been training for years. I literally just dance circles around everyone else.
You're an incredible dancer.
That's kind of rude.
But you're not ready. Not yet.
She's like, everyone in this class sucks except for me.
One less thing on your plate.
What a sweet legal guardian.
You can just say brother.
See, nobody talks like that. That's my thing with these movies, the clear exposition in the writing, because, okay, they want us to know that her brother is her legal guardian. There's so many different ways that you could do that without actually having her say, thanks, legal guardian. Actually, it's just brother. It's so clunky because nobody in real life talks like that.
Maybe joining cheer or going to a party or, dare I say, a date.
I don't date.
Even though you don't date. You know? Actually enjoy being 18.
See, her brother wants her to date, so why are the football boys are like, whoa, she's off limits?
Hey, Cheer.
Here to break my front window, too?
I'm sorry about earlier. This should more than cover it. Consider it my idiot tax.
In that case, I think you're short. Guess I'll see you at school.
I like that everyone's wearing blue for some reason.
Wow.
I don't know if it's just blue day at school or the wardrobe department
So you coming to
just
the
put
party
everyone
tonight?
in blue to look cool.
Really my scene.
But it does look kind of cool.
And B, I don't date.
Not yet. But every rule has exceptions.
Not this one. No, I'm out of here the day after graduation, so there's no point.
I guess.
Why are they
So what,
having
you
this
don't have a
conversation across
that
the
needs to be
lunch
scratched?
table? Everyone at this lunch table is watching their really awkward flirting, if that's what you would call it.
Stop. I'm not feeling it.
Me
And
either.
neither are you.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means that you're still thinking too much. You can keep going, but just lock up afterward.
Actually, I have plans tonight.
Okay.
Why is everyone so invested in this girl's life? They really want her to have plans.
If you need me, I will be anywhere else.
Cheer. You're like.
I really hate that
obsessed
he
with me.
keeps calling her
I'd
cheer.
certainly like to think so. I'm just trying to give Romeo and Juliet some privacy.
Hope it's more than a.
How did you put it? A meaningless hookup at a party?
Which is not Romeo
That
and
was
Juliet, by
obsessive.
the way.
Surprised you're here.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't he
Doesn't
have
seem
any
like
other
your vibe.
friends he can talk to? Why is he always around?
You want to play? You realize I'm undefeated.
Are you scared I'm gonna take your title?
You wish. Care to make it interesting?
It's like every scene with them feels
listening.
so awkward. Like I'm not feeling the chemistry.
Are you okay to get home? And would you be pissed if I went?
I would be pissed if you didn't go. Don't worry, I'll catch your lift, but I expect a full report tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, whoa. She could see that her friend is clearly drunk and she's just leaving her by herself. She knows she's not okay to get home. If she was a real friend, she would say, oh, maybe I'll make sure you get home okay. Her friend is clearly drunk. She was the only person she went there with, so how is she going to get home? Yeah, that's bad friend behavior right there. Oh gee, I wonder who's gonna come riding by on his motorcycle. They play the ominous music like it's some scary guy.
I thought I was about to be violently murdered.
We all knew who
Didn't
it
your parents ever
was.
tell you not to walk alone at night?
Get on. I'll give you a ride.
Now, if she's drunk, how do you expect her to hang on to the motorcycle?
I bet this was just all a giant scheme to get me into bed and to...
Excuse me, because I'm a jock, I don't understand consent.
Maybe you're not so cliche.
The bar is so low. I can't even trip over it. She's like, wow, he's so respectful. That's the bare minimum, girly. Also, if he was a nicer guy, he should have slept on the chair bed and let her sleep in the real bed. But here she is thinking he's so great because of his little consent remark and that he didn't take advantage of her while she was drunk. Okay, let's raise our bars a little bit, girlies. I feel like there's a background song every 30 seconds.
Listen
It's
up.
so many songs, so many needle drops.
Alabama, USC, UCLA, and Notre Dame.
You didn't have to do that.
He can't be that
Yeah.
good.
But no
I'm
pressure.
sorry.
Just
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sorry. Yeah. Come here.
And the only seat left open is going to be next to him, isn't it?
Surprise, your seat's empty.
I'm saving it for you.
I win. Nice catch.
I'm not just good with my hands.
Like I said, a song every 5 seconds. I'm not even joking. There's always a song. Why am I being bombarded with songs? I think a more interesting plot line in this that is not getting enough attention is the older brother's story. I think it's so interesting that one, first of all, how did he get this job? And second of all, is this like a Friday Night Lights situation where the whole town is so hyper focused on football and it's like the coach better win the game or he's going to be fired type situation? Because it is. his storyline is way more interesting as there's way more pressure and stakes placed on him. Also, because if he loses his job, how is he going to support his younger sister, who he's also housing and feeding, you know what I mean? And taking care of as her legal guardian. I think his storylines and maybe like the pressures that he's facing could be a much more interesting story.
Come on, please don't do this.
Okay,
One in the
so
lobby's working.
they're staying at a motel or a hotel, and no chaperones are supervising to make sure these kids aren't acting up at the hotel and motel. That is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen. Like, hey kids, just do whatever you want. See ya. Definitely don't throw a party at this motel where everybody is.
You know, actually, I was thinking of doing something else. Want to join?
Okay, but let me change.
They don't have a curfew. I thought this was like a school away event. They're just allowed to leave.
Why Waco?
Back in my day, the
Yeah, but
chaperones
so is
used to
Notre
put
Dame.
tape on the doors.
This is awesome.
Maybe you should do a dance, TikTok boy. TikTok boy, do a dance. Empty chair, do a solo.
Not be so bad.
Where the hell were you?
Nate.
We were very worried and had to contact Principal Cantor, so we'll deal with all this on Monday.
Go to your room. Both of you.
At least there's some consequences. But the partying kids should have got in trouble too. Everybody on this trip should have got in trouble.
These aren't small potatoes.
Great. Now I'm craving fries.
Train. Look, I can only speak for myself.
Why is he the
This was
worst?
uncharacteristic
Like, be
at best,
serious for one
reckless at
second,
worst.
man.
As a coach, I'm losing my quarterback for a week in season. And I look incompetent to my boss.
And as my brother.
I was terrified something happened.
See, the brother
We gotta
story,
protect each other.
I think, is the most interesting plotline in this entire movie. They should have wrote it differently and centered it around him.
Okay. You're gonna have a conversation with your bodies. No talking. Let your feelings trigger the
Why is dance teacher dragging him into this?
I'm not a dancer.
Participating?
Well, that was weird.
And now my audition is gonna have to be 10 times better for CalArts to overlook a suspension on my record.
I'm in the same boat with Waco and Scouts.
He doesn't even want to go to
sorry.
Waco. How dare he? How dare he be like, I'm in the same boat with my scouts, when we know for a fact he doesn't want to go to the place his dad wants him to go.
Wait, so this is your dream school and you haven't even seen it?
He's gonna take her to the school so she
We
can
should
see
go.
it. She thinks her brother's just gonna let her go
No,
off with this
I'm not.
guy.
It's literally all you talk about.
He barely talks to her. Every scene they have together, there's not really any chemistry or anything going on. And I'm not going to say Noah Beck is a bad actor because I don't want the Noah Beck fans to come for me. I don't think he's terrible, but he definitely, like, you could tell he's new to acting. He's definitely got some work to do in some of his deliveries and stuff. So it's just really hard for me to not be bored whenever these two are having a scene together, because it feels like he's trying, and maybe he's making a character choice where he's trying to be like a smooth guy. He's trying to act in that way, and maybe that's a character choice, or it could possibly be Noah Beck trying to act like the smooth, cool guy persona in all of his line deliveries. I'm not sure, but it's causing almost every scene that they have together to feel so awkward. I think they were going for chemistry, but it's not coming off as much chemistry. So whenever they're talking to each other and nothing important is happening with the dialogue, then the scene just feels boring. Again, this is just my opinion.
I can observe a level 402 class in 15 minutes. Are you okay if I go?
Yeah. I got some things I need to do.
Her brother just let her fly off to California with this guy who got
enjoy
her
your
in
class.
trouble
We'll
and
meet up later.
suspended from school.
Thank you.
Right. Makes perfect sense. Is that their Airbnb? Is it his money he's spending on this stuff, or is just his parents just not care how he spends his money? Because you'd think a guy that just got in trouble at school, and especially with how hard the dad is on him, they wouldn't just let him spend a couple $1,000s on a week trip to California with some big fancy Airbnb, mind you, on the beach. That has to be like thousands of dollars at the least. Unless it's like a vacation home for his family, maybe.
How's Drayton?
No. We're just friends.
Really?
It's not worth it. It's too complicated.
So her brother did just let her ship off with this boy who got her in trouble, mind you. He got her in trouble. And he's like, sure, just go to California with this boy for a week.
I think you know that I like you. So either you're in or you're out.
Maybe she should just focus on her dance thing. She is going to California anyways. So what, are they going to graduate and do long distance? Probably not. Knowing this movie, he'll probably end up going to the same school as her. But I really do not care when movies do montages like this. They're not my favorite. Where it's just like, oh, let's just watch a lot of their cute moments plastered together real fast over some background song. What am I supposed to care about here? I feel like the plot is dragging a bit. I need something of interest to happen.
It's from my twin sister. Her name was Abigail. She wandered off when no one was looking, and that was the last time I saw her.
She wandered off.
My parents were searching.
We don't know what happened to this girl. Like, she was never confirmed, found, or dead anywhere. Imagine in the second movie, she just comes back. She broke free of like whoever had her captured, and that's part of the storyline. They should just go full soap opera. Long lost sister returns from being held captive for 20 years or something. Or imagine it's like a Finding Carter situation. Does anyone remember Finding Carter? Because I remember that show being big for like 30 seconds and then we all collectively forgot about it. But imagine the sister was kidnapped and her kidnapper is what she thinks of as her family until they find her later on in life. I feel like there's so much you could do there since they actually did not confirm that the sister was not alive. You know, the second movie could be crazy, and at least we'll have an interesting plot point going on, because right now I don't think anything super of interest has happened in the past 20 minutes. So I hope we get something going on. I need some kind of conflict or drama. Right now, the two main love interests are together and they're happy and they're fine. So what's interesting about this movie at this point in time? I think we're just waiting for that other shoe to drop. We're waiting for that third act breakup. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to feel the length.
Do you have a problem with Dallas?
The girl you got suspended and ran off to California with on my dime?
Yeah, and I didn't just go for her.
Oh, he is mad that
I
he
wanted to clear
ran
my head
off
and consider my
on his
options.
dad's dime. Okay,
Options?
I'm glad at least they mentioned it. It's like, where did he get the money for that trip? And why did the dad just let him spend that money on a trip?
You look amazing.
Aw, thanks. But you're not my type.
See, the brother has so much more like charisma too than the main guy. We should just rewrite the movie and make it about the brother.
Keeping an open mind.
Open mind to other schools?
Some in California, Georgia.
California, son. No,
The dad is about to bust a fuse.
I'm not gonna let you follow a girl.
Other schools?
Dallas.
Am I the reason you don't want to go to Waco?
Wow, somebody thinks highly of themselves.
I'm serious.
Aren't you the one that told me plans can change?
Yes. Only if you want them to.
She's gonna break up with him, so he
But
goes
don't make any
to
big life
his
altering
dad's
decisions
favorite
based on a
school.
relationship that's, you know.
Here's
I
the
didn't realize
third.
we had an expiration
Here's
date.
the third act breakup. This might be one of the most frustrating third act breakups of all time because it's really over nothing. She's breaking up with him because his dad wants him to go to a different school. Why does she care really what the dad thinks? We all know the dad is not great. it just doesn't make much sense in the overall scheme of things. It would have made more sense for her to not get together with him in order to focus on her dance and getting into school and knowing that they were going to go to separate schools. But instead, she got together with him just to break up with him. But I feel like the movie didn't have a good enough reason for the breakup to make sense. Now it's the sad boy and sad girl montage. So we saw the cute moments montage, and now we're doing the we're sad and going through life montage. Just pulling out the length of this movie even longer.
I am sick and tired of your main character energy. Breakups are awful.
The
You know what
writing
else
is so clunky.
Princeton rejection. Found out 2 weeks and like 6 phone calls ago.
You're trying to put words like, oh, teens talk like that. Teens say things like main character energy, but nobody would say something like that in an emotional conversation. Nobody's going to be throwing in stuff like, oh, your main character energy when they're having a serious conversation with their friend. It just feels so clunky.
Mr. Douglas?
What's going on?
They're together?
I was. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Oh, the brother storyline is just got even more interesting. The movie should be about the brother.
I'm kicked off cheer, and I'm not even gonna bother sending in my audition video because I'm never getting in. Like, everything is a mess.
Girl, stop being so dramatic. The character is a teen girl, so I will give her some leniency in the way that she's acting, but it is very dramatic. Most of her problems are because of her. Her fight with Gabby is because she wasn't being a good friend. Her breakup, she's the one who decided to get together with that guy and break up with him, so that's also a little bit on her, you know. And then her whole, oh, maybe I shouldn't even audition. Let's be so for real. I will say, the brother Nathan, I am team Nathan. If Nathan has one fan, the fan is me. Such an interesting character, and only gets more interesting now that we find out about his secret relationship with that other teacher guy. He's got to put out all these fires within the football team, but also within his younger sister who has ties to the football team. He's trying to keep his job. Way more what feels like more stakes than Dallas's storyline at the current moment. I feel like there's not so much going on with her and with Drayton, whereas Nathan has so much more going on and so much more on his plate. Let's rewrite the movie, make Nathan the main character, and have this be a side plot. Have the whole Dallas and Drayton thing be happening on the side, be plot of the movie, but this is just like another one of the things that Nathan has to deal with now as the coach of the football team and trying to take care of his sister. It'd have been so much more interesting. But what are you gonna do? This is a Wattpad story, so what can I expect, you know? I'm sorry. The graphic design on that. We couldn't just have her looking at the real iPhone app with the memories. I could have done a better graphic design job than that, and I'm terrible at graphic design. Okay. That was hilarious. She's really good.
She's really good.
And she's gonna get in with that dance, mind you. Third on the pyramid, third overall high score.
Brian.
Oh boy.
Was your mother Rachel Brian?
She's gonna get in because she's a Nepo baby.
We'd be lucky to have you on campus next year.
The Nepo babies always win, I swear.
Never doubted you. Congrats, Cheer.
Oh, he's still calling her Cheer.
And to be honest, you were the first person I wanted. I guess I really like who I am when I'm with you. I'm just seriously afraid of losing someone I love again.
What did you just say?
I said I love you, Drayton Leahy.
Good for them, I guess.
Playing for you is an absolute dream.
He's going to California. We know this.
You sure
And the
about
dad
this?
is happy for him
I want this
now.
to be your decision.
He's
I want this to
now.
be your decision.
Maybe one day we'll find our way back to each other.
He's not going to California? Maybe I'm about to give this movie some props.
Nice catch, Cheer.
Not my name, quarterback.
Oh my gosh, they did it twice.
You're looking at USC's new starting quarterback.
Why didn't you tell me?
What's the fun in that? When you were touring,
Okay, so I thought they were tricking me. I thought they really were separating. They never said where he was gonna go. He was going the whole time to California, but he wasn't gonna tell her. They could have been on the same flight together.
For so long.
Trust me, it took everything in me not to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to keep as a surprise. And to let your girlfriend be sad thinking that you guys are going to separate schools. They could have carpooled to the airport. That was a whole convoluted thing just for that surprise is annoying. Okay, let me wrap this up real quick because I think I said most of my thoughts while I was watching it. I was about to give them their flowers, thinking that they actually did the storyline of the fact that they're still dating, but they are going to separate schools. Maybe he didn't want to go to California. Maybe he wanted to go to another school across the country. I was going to give them their props for having a little bit of an interesting writing thing and maybe end the movie on terms where it's kind of like this bittersweet that they're together, but also they know at least for the next 4 years, they're going to be living in separate cities. That could have been interesting, but obviously, they weren't going to do that. I really got my hopes up for all of 10 seconds. The way that was all just for him to surprise her doesn't make much sense to me. That is such a big thing to keep from your girlfriend the entire time while you're helping her pack. And she was sad about it, by the way. That was the reason why I thought he might have actually been going to a different school. Annoying. That's so annoying. That could have been more along the lines of their Romeo and Juliet thing. Not that that's a tragic ending, the fact that they would have been going to different schools, but at least it's something else keeping them apart. Also, yeah, the Romeo and Juliet thing never comes up again. They set it up in the beginning of the movie, like the forbidden relationship thing, that this was going to be a Romeo and Juliet parallel. Obviously, that kind of fell apart by the time we get halfway through the movie. And yeah, we do end up with just a happy ending, which I was expecting, but it could have been more interesting. Every scene that the main two characters had together, I was just feeling nothing. So it wasn't anything of interest in my opinion, but apparently a lot of people liked it because they are making a second movie. Now, will I be watching the second movie? I don't know. Maybe if people like this video and you want me to suffer through the second movie so you don't have to, maybe I will. So let me know in the comments. I did have a fun time, I guess, making this for you, the viewers. And that's all I have for you today. This was my very first movie commentary, so please be nice to me. I wanted to step outside of the 911 space, which is the other commentaries I had on this channel, and do other things as well. And don't worry, I still will be doing more video essays in the future. But if you like this type of video, let me know in the comments and let me know what other stuff you might want to see me watch. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, click on my channel, check out some of my other stuff. Maybe you want to subscribe to me, but thank you again if you made it all the way through. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.